I think I found an upgrade that is worth every penny for the camper van, especially on the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, as I happen to have Big Bertha here, and this is a 170 extended. So not only does it have an issue in the front, there's issues in the back, which I'll cover during the video, but look at the difference here. So this is the factory bump stop, this is the upgraded one. There's no air, no lines, no maintenance. It comes with a lifetime warranty, and it takes only minutes to change out, and you don't have to get on your back. I'm going to show you guys this whole process. Then we'll take the vehicle out for a ride to see if it actually makes a difference in the ride quality. So this is a 170 extended Sprinter. This is the longest they come. So when I bought this vehicle, it had this awesome ability to back up into a parking spot. But as I built the van up, the weight added up. So whenever I go to park, this actually engages now, and it gets pushed back every single time. So I've been looking for a permanent solution to this, and I thought about getting the airbags and also maybe upgrading the suspension. But I went online and I found these, and these happen to be SuperSprings, and basically they bolt into place in the front, and they do come in different varieties. So this is going to be the heavier duty one, medium duty. These are for the front and the rear. Basically these will go and pop in. I'll take out the factory bump stops, which we'll take a look at, and I'm hoping this is going to actually fix my issue. You don't need very many tools. I have a floor jack available there. The factory jack can work too. A long screwdriver, some tape, some sockets, and maybe an extra flat tip screwdriver. This is before the install. 32 and 7/8, 33 and 1/8, 33 and 3/8. This is at 33 and 3/8. So this whole side is a little bit higher. That's crazy. I didn't know that the passenger side was higher. Hopefully this works. So check those out. Those are the factory ones. So small, and obviously they're not engaging. And those are the factory ones right there. Again, they're not engaging. Without the SuperSprings, even when I'm backing up, there's a lot of sway. I can actually feel it all the time. I'm going to use this. It's a 13mm deep socket, and the best part is if you use the factory jack, I can get right underneath, and without having to get on my back, put my head inside here and then remove this from the top. And it's really easy. I just did it on the other side as a safety precaution. You do want to put some horse stands or something else underneath, that way in case the hydraulic jack fails, you don't have any issues. So the jack is underneath. There's a perfect placement. It's going to go right in front of the wheels. There's a spot right here on the Sprinter. Use the factory floor jack because it's really easy with this. Okay, so wheel is off the ground. This is perfect. Now I'm going to come from the top. Okay, it's loose. Now hold on to the bump stop. Got the nut out. During reinstallation of the front, there's going to be a little hack you can use. Grab your nut. Make sure that the indentation is facing up towards the sky. Drop your washer in there. Put some tape on here. That way you're not having to worry about this dropping. We're going to come from the bottom, put this in place, and get this locked down. And be very cautious right here. There's actually two holes. You want the hole that's closest to the tire. And it just pivots into place like that. Now I want to start this by hand. It gets a little tough is because this is a nylon nut. All right, now let's go tying this up. There it goes. Now I'm going to pull this off. And don't go too crazy. It's only 13mm. And it's done. And look at that. It's actually seated. unlike the factory stops. We're gonna go underneath it. The wheel is off the ground. I'm gonna get a horse stand underneath just for some added safety. So let's see how quickly we can get the rear one in. And you wanna pay special attention to the tabs. The rear is gonna have the longer tab. The front is gonna have the shorter tab. For mallet, long screwdriver, a short screwdriver. And if you have this, this is gonna make your job so easy. This is just a motorcycle or tire removal tool. I'll leave a link to this as this makes it really easy to get this in place. Hey, hey. Check that out. So the passenger side is done. It actually makes contact and I'm already seeing a little bit of height difference. So I'm really excited about finishing up this side. Take the screwdriver, a short one. Come from the back area here. Poke it all the way through. Then pull. We're gonna make sure we point the long tab towards the back. Once you get the one corner in, there it goes. Now, use your hand or a rubber mallet and scoot that guy forward. I'm done. Okay, so it's a 6-minute install. If you come in, basically just bend this tab up a little bit from the inside, you'll have a much better access. You don't have to use any sort of pliers. Now it's the moment of truth. I'm really concerned about the clearance as this seems way too simple. We're at 34. 34? 34? Holy smokes. The whole van is pretty much level now. This side is 34 and 7/8. So with the exception of one side, this is definitely all on the level now. All right, let's try this out.
No.
Whoa. That's pretty dramatic. I normally have to back off the gas when I make that turn because if I keep the gas on, it'll just keep shaking. So I have to wait for the shake to go away and then touch the gas. That's pretty cool actually.
Yeah, this was a very quick installation. There's no electronics or motors or anything, so the simplicity is like a big upgrade on this, especially for how good it handles now. It's so crazy that Mercedes, they install these from factory.
Now it's the moment of truth. And I'm going to send my son outside to see if it's going to hit. It is so important for the Mercedes to be able to park in a regular spot. You guys can see the line. It's right there. We have to be able to get everything inside that red area. And guess what, guys? I don't think I hit the plastic. Okay, so I'm pretty excited about this. This is crazy. And I'm looking forward to how it handles with the crosswind protection, because that is super annoying. The very first time I felt it, I was concerned. Maybe this fixes that issue too. We'll find out. The drive from Austin was great, and now the camper van is no longer swaying from side to side when the wind hits it. The day I drove down to Austin, it was really windy, and I think it was about 23-mile-an-hour gusts. And when you're driving something this big in those kind of winds, it really does affect it, and the computer's constantly correcting me. So what I noticed is that the back is not dipping, so when I get hit by the wind, it doesn't just go and crash to the other side, because there's no longer a void. When I'm sleeping in the van, there's some really good benefits to this. The first one is when a person moves, the other person doesn't get affected, so the van is not rocking back and forth. When this guy climbed the ladder, something very unique happened.
Normally when I climb the ladder, the whole van rocks, but this time, he said nothing. He didn't even feel anything. I'm walking up there, it was so smooth. I was standing up there, and I was just like doing stretches. Nothing happened. It was like still.
To me, this is really a refreshing experience. And if I would have known that that was a benefit of the SuperSprings, I would have gone for this many years ago, as on my very first Mercedes-Benz RV, that thing rocked back and forth so many times, I had to actually carry an extra jack. The only regret I have about the SuperSprings is the fact that I didn't do this sooner. I just didn't know it was going to make this big of a difference, as I thought I needed airbags or something that was really complicated, and that's not the case.
I really love these SuperSprings, and it doesn't make it feel like a level 10 earthquake up here. Check out the links and coupon codes down below, and make it a great day. It's so crazy that Mercedes, they install these from factory, and my dad doesn't drive like a 99-year-old on his last road trip.
Hey, that's me, dude. Calm down. Easy, Tiger. Easy. You got any more jokes about Dad, 90-year-old son? If you were a farmer and you had a sheep and you asked the sheep how the Sprinter drove without the SuperSprings, the sheep would say,
Bad.